So, children, previous day I taught you one of the story, most interesting story, the selfish giant. Up to here I taught you. Once again I'll explain you. Just go through it. Okay. So, what the giant has done? So he started loving the children. So when he saw again, this the scenery has been changed. Every children was sitting on the branch of the tree. So it was full of blossoms. So he kept to creeping down, and he came down and started saying. He opened the front door quietly. This one I have already told you. Only the little boy did not run by seeing him because he could not see him. He was crying. His eyes are full of tears. That's why he could not run. So up to here I taught you. Okay. Now see what happened. The giant stole up behind him and took him up gently on his hand. Very slowly he has taken in his hand, and then the giant put him on the tree, and the tree broke at once into blossoms. The moment the giant put him on the branches of the tree immediately started giving flowers, and the birds came and sang on it. So the scenery again in the garden, everything changed. The small child was not able to climb on the branch. The giant put him on the branch, and immediately it started blossoming, and lot of birds also came and they started chirping and singing. But the other place of the garden, since the children they all ran out, again there came winter. Only in this particular tree it was spring season. Understood? And the tree broke in once into blossoms, and the birds came, sang on it. And what the little boy has done? The little boy stretched out his two arms and flung them around the giant's neck. He started loving, the small boy started loving. He wrapped on the neck of the giant. He was not afraid. Okay. And surprisingly, what he has done, he kissed the giant's neck. He kissed the giant. This is very surprising. Instead of being afraid, he kissed the giant. And the little children and other little children who ran away, they saw that the giant was not wicked any longer, came running. So other children they ran away, but they were seeing what the small boy was doing. So when they saw the giant is no more a bad man, bad giant, he is not wicked anymore. He was keeping the small little boy on the branch of the tree. Other children also came back who went run away. But the children, so came back, and with them, the moment children came back, with them came the spring season. Again, spring season have come. It is your garden now, the little children who said, the giant said, it is your garden. And he took a great axe and knocked down the wall. And when the people are going to the market at 12 o'clock, they found the giant playing with the children in the most beautiful garden they have ever seen. This is the most beautiful garden. And the children are playing with the giant. Giant become very good man, he become kind-hearted man, and all the people are watching this scene. So who has changed the giant into a kind-hearted giant? The small and the little boy who was crying and standing under the tree. All day long they played. Throughout the day they were playing, and in the evening they came to the giant to bid him goodbye. They used to say goodbye. But where is your little companion? But the giant did not forget the small boy. He is not coming to play. He started asking, where is the little companion? The boy, I put him on the tree. The giant loved him the best because he has kissed him. The small boy, he kissed on giant, and he has melted. Every day the giant was waiting for him, but the boy did not come. The small boy did not come. So he was asking the other children. We don't know, answered the children. He has gone away. The children also don't know who was the small boy. You must tell him to be sure to come tomorrow, said the giant. But the children said they did not know where he lived and had never seen him before, and the giant felt very sad. Every day he was waiting for the small boy to come, but he was not coming. Even the other children, they have not seen also earlier. Every afternoon, when the school was over, the children came and played with the giant, but the little boy whom the giant loved was never seen. He never came. The giant was very kind to all the children, yet he longed for the small little friend. And often he spoke to him, how I would like to see him. He was very much longing and he desired to see him, but the small boy did not come. Years went by. This way it was going on. Years went by. The giant grew very old and feeble. He cannot walk also. You can see he is sitting on the chair. He became very old man, old giant. He could not play anymore, but he sat in a huge armchair. This is the chair on which he used to sit down and watch the children and admire his garden. He was admiring how beautiful garden, how beautiful children are playing. He was enjoying the playing of the children. But every day he was remembering the small boy. But who? The small boy who kissed the giant, he never came back. He was feeling very sad and he wanted to see him very eagerly. So, but the children are the most beautiful flowers. One winter morning, he looked out of his window as he was dressing. He did not hate the winter now. Why he is not hating winter? Because he knows after winter again, spring will come. For he knew that it was merely the spring asleep. It is the spring asleep. The spring will again get awakened after certain time. So winter, spring, summer, these all seasons keep coming. So he is not unhappy because it is winter is temporary. And that the flowers are resting. Now it is the resting time of the flowers in the winter time. Again spring will come. Suddenly he rubbed his eyes in wonder and looked and looked. Very eagerly he was looking and looking. For something he became surprised. It certainly was marvelous. What is the marvelous? In the furthest corner of the garden was a tree quite covered with lovely white blossoms. Now again the winter season. It should not blossom, but the tree is covered with the flowers. Its branches were golden and silver fruits hang from them. Beautiful fruits are there. You can see the beautiful tree here. Its branches are golden and the fruits hang from down them. And underneath it stood the little boy he had loved. After a long, long time, the small child has come. And the season, even though it is season, it has changed to springtime. And the tree, particularly the tree in that corner, it started giving the flowers and fruits. Downstairs ran the giant in great joy. After a long time he has seen. Out into the garden, he has gone to the garden. He hastened across the grass. He started moving very quickly and came near to the child. And when he came quite close, his face grew red with anger. He became very, very angry. The giant became very angry and he said, who hath dared to own thee? This is the Elizabethan English. Who has dared to own thee? Who has made you the? Dared means courage. Who had the courage to wound thee? Thee means you. Who has wounded you? Because there is a marks of wound. On the palms of the child's hand or at the prints of two nails, there was a marking of two nails in his palm. And the prints of two nails were on his little feet. Now tell me, children, on whose palm and the feet nails were stuck? Can you remember? Who was that person? It was Jesus Christ. When Jesus Christ was crucified on the cross, his palms and the feet were fixed with the nail. This child was also Jesus Christ, and he was came in the disguise of a small child, and he has transformed the giant into a kind-hearted person. But the giant could not recognize him. After seeing the mark, red stain mark on the palm and the feet, he became very, very angry, and he asked, "Who has wounded you, small child? Who had dared to wound thee?" Again he cried, the giant, because he is very angry, he is very sad. He was longing to see him for a quite long time. "Tell me that I may take my big sword and slay him." Slay him means kill him. "I'll take my big sword and I'll kill him who has wounded you. Tell me who is that person, who has done it." Nay, answered the child. Nay means no. These are the wounds of love. Nobody has wounded me, but people have loved me. Who is? Because he was a God, Jesus Christ. He said he did not have any rage, he did not have any rage, or neither he has any sadness, nor he is very angry with the humankind, what people have done with him. He said, no, people have loved me. Who art thou? The giant said. In a strange I fell on him. He fell down. Who are you? In spite of having the wounds on the palms and the feet, you are telling these are the wounds of love. Who are you? He recognized him. He can be nobody but the God, Jesus Christ. And he knelt before the little child. He knelt down. He understood who is that, who can be. And the child smiled on the giant and said to him, you let me play once in your garden. Once you allowed me to play in your garden. Today you shall come with me to my garden. I'll take you to my garden. What is the garden of the God? What it is called? Paradise. Isn't it? Heaven. Which is a paradise. So how lucky the giant was. How lucky the giant was that Jesus Christ, the God himself, has come to take him to the garden of God. That is paradise. And when the children ran in the afternoon, what they found? The giant lying dead under the tree, all covered with white blossoms. Okay, white blossoms, white flowers were covered the body of the giant. And the God has taken him to his garden. Can you see this one? The giant is lying. Lot of flowers are there on his body, isn't it? So Jesus Christ was the small boy. Jesus Christ was the little child. He came to take the kind-hearted giant for his benevolent act, for his good act, what he has done for the children. Because he has been transformed to a good person. So he has been awarded. He has been rewarded by the God and given a place in his own garden, that is paradise, heaven. Understood? This is a very, very interesting story, and this is one of the finest writer, Oscar Wilde. Oscar Wilde is the very famous writer. How he has treated nature, you see, just as if all are human beings. Spring has come, birds have come, trees are blossoming, fruits are coming, winter has come. These all things he has treated in such a way as if they all are human beings. Hails are falling down, snow winds are falling down, north wind started playing, they are roaring. These all natural things he has explained in such a way as if you will feel that you are seeing one picture and everything is like the human being, everything has been attributed. This is the beauty of the writer Oscar Wilde. If you get chance, you read some of the stories of Oscar Wilde. Beautiful stories of their children of Oscar Wilde. You can take some books from the library or from the market and read. You will enjoy it other than from the reading of your textbook. So textbook as it is you are reading, तुम लोग तो textbook पढ़ते ही हो. ऑस्कर वाइल्ड का और भी एक दो बुक तुम लोग खरीद के पढ़ सकते हो. बहुत अच्छा लगेगा. बहुत सुंदर राइटर है. बहुत मजेदार है. So far this lesson I have explained. I hope you will understand. If you find any difficulties, any part, you can ask me later. Okay?